Hi, my name is May. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Starting off, these are the supplies that I'm going to be using when I do this sketch. This is a tutorial on how I draw locks. Like this photo right here. These can be interpreted as goddess locks, soft locks, locks, any kind of locks that you want them to be. I start out with framing the shape of the hair. I go back in and I add like the lock layers later. When you're trying to figure out the shape of hair, I suggest looking at references so that you can figure out how locks frame a face. Here are some examples, and then here's an example of what I would do to figure out how locks frame a face and then to add layers to it. When I'm adding layers, you kind of want to think about it as in like hair overlaps each other rather than just sitting on top or next to each other. So like when you're looking at this example that I have on the screen, you can see that the layers make the hair look fuller, which is what you want, or at least what I want when I be drawing. I don't know. I like that full and really dense look, so that's why I add layers. This is where I try to describe how you get the texture. And there's so many different ways that you can do this. Locks come in different textures, just like all other hair. So there's different pencil strokes that you can make to get the texture of lock that you want. For these locks, I'm giving a corkscrew pattern to give the specific look that I want. Kind of like ringlets, but not exactly, I guess. To do this, I'm doing fine repeated strokes from dark to light on the outer sides of the lock going inward so that the highlight of any light source is like in the center of the lock. And that's what gives it that depth look to it. And I want to reiterate something from a previous video. I said, always start lighter. Always start light to dark whenever you are doing any sketching, because it's easier to erase when you're sketching with light strokes than it is with dark strokes. I learn the hard way all the time. I've been drawing for years and I still make this mistake. The other good thing about sketching lightly first is because you can add the dark values to the background. So like you'll see me go back over and over again, and I'll add darker strokes and you can build upon the previous like lines that you were making, if that makes any sense. So now I'm using my other pencil, which has normal pencil lead in it, so that I can darken the spots that I want to be darker, and then that'll bring out the highlight in the spots that I want to be lighter. And you can see here again, I'm still doing that corkscrew maneuver with my pencil so that I can get those deep values in the locks. At this point, the process pretty much just repeats itself. But now I'm adding shading to the spots that are going to be like hidden under the top of hair. So that didn't make any sense. Basically, them layers from earlier, now they really finna stand out by all the shading that you add. So the hair that's closest to your neck on the inside is going to be the darkest parts of all of the hair, because that is the hair that is shaded by the rest of your hair. After all that, one tip I can add that can even make your drawing pop even more is to use like one of those electric erasers or one of those really fine erasers to get up in the middle of the locks so that you can increase the highlight even more. But I don't have one, so I can't show you how to do that, sorry. But I do hope you enjoy this tutorial on how I draw locks. I will be making more tutorials like this one, like how I draw 4C hair or 3C hair or just curls in general. I also have another tutorial on how I do my sketches as a whole if you want to check that out. So yeah, thank you for watching.